Well, hello there and welcome to CEV EuroVolley 2023, where we have reached the gold medal match. 24 teams down to 2, competing for gold here in Rome. Well, hello there and welcome to the CEV EuroVolley 2023 finals live here from Rome. It is going to be a sensational evening. 3 weeks of competition has come down to this, the gold medal match between Poland and the reigning champions, Italy. Well, Poland arriving earlier on, led by that man there, Alexander Slivka, Nikola Gerbic, the head coach of Poland, who a year ago lost at home to Italy in a World Championship final. Now they are here in Rome, looking to conquer the Italians on home soil. Wilfredo Leon, Lucas Kaczmarek, two of the world's very, very best. But will Poland be able to deal with Italy on Italian soil with a full crowd here at the Palazzetto dello Sport di Roma? Jakub Pivchak, the final player to arrive. There it is in all of its glory, the Palazzetto dello Sport di Roma, the host of the 1960 Olympic Games for boxing, where a certain Cassius Clay took the gold medal that time. Will it be Italy this evening? They have a strong and deep roster, led by Fernando Di Giorgi, who led the Italian team to gold in the European Championships in Katowice 2 years ago, in what was his first tournament as the Italian head coach. But he has youth, he has experience of those competitions, the likes of Micheletto, Lavia. There's Matteo Bottolo coming in earlier on. Italy are looking to go back-to-back European Championships for the 3rd time in history.
Jakub, we've seen such a high level of intensity and sometimes even aggression on the court from Team Poland in the semi-finals, before the semi-finals. What do you think is going to take today to beat Italy in front of the Italian crowd?
I think the attitude you mentioned, we need to keep the same. We need to keep aggression, we need to keep high mental and physical performance to even try to compete against Italy. They are playing amazing volleyball, so we have to be really at our best to stay there and to try to win the game.
Right. Yuri, it's been an amazing competition for you and the team. You've been playing in Italy, seem to be having a good time. The supporters have been behind you. Can you give us a little bit of an insight going into this final in Rome? How has the team been feeling and what have you guys been going through?
We are very happy to be here. That's what we want, and so we can't wait to play. We know Poland is a very strong team, but we have our supporters here, and we hope to play a good match.
All right, thank you.
Well, a quick look in the Polish dressing room. Slivka on the right-hand side. Monumental in that performance in the semi-final. Well, there's a gentleman we haven't seen in the semis, as Poland were led by Wilfredo Leon's impressive performance throughout this evening, though, will be a step up in Italy against the Italians here. As we have a look at Norbert Huber on the way through, and Jakub Popivczak always smiling. We saw him in the Champions League final for Jastrzębski, but he hasn't played so far today. Poland have the deepest roster in world volleyball. Italy also have one of the best leagues alongside Poland in world volleyball. They have a roster to boast as well, as Daniele Lavia, a superb performance in the World Championship final, top scorer for Italy there last year in Katowice. Will it be his evening again today? As a certain Riccardo Spatoli there on the right-hand side came off the bench to deliver some crushing service blows in that semi-final victory against France, where Italy were almost perfect in every single area. It's a beautiful arena, I have to say, circular and imposing as we head to the toss. Palazzo dello Sport de Rome, the host of the CEV European Championship final for 2023. We won't see another European Championship for 3 years due to another World Championship being introduced. This is special. Welcome to the EuroVolley Gold Final here in Rome. Louis Lett with you in the commentary box. It gives me great pleasure to bring you, I think, one of the best games and matchups in recent times. Poland, formidable, two-time world champions out of the last 3 events. They were the silver medalists last year, beaten by the Italians in Katowice. And now we are here in Rome as Italy and Poland take part in what is a colossal final for European volleyball. We have a full stadium here in Rome, around 500 Polish fans we're expecting, but the roar when the Italians came into this arena was on another level. They are their gladiators, and they will be right behind them this evening. Roberto Russo hurt his ankle in the quarterfinals and missed out in the semi-finals. We're waiting to see if he's available to play this evening for the Italians. Alessandro Micheletto, a world champion, a European champion as well. Wilfredo Leon was absolutely phenomenal in that semi-final performance for Poland 2 nights ago against Slovenia. Him and Slivka through the outside are expected to start again this evening, but Poland have depth in the likes of Fornal, Bednorz, and also Kamel Semenyuk. 5 world-class outsides. Poland could have 2 teams playing in this Final Four. That man has a tough task on his hands, trying to tame the likes of Leon. Nikola Grbic won this competition 22 years ago with Yugoslavia. He's never won a European Championship as a head coach. It's an absolutely huge evening for European volleyball here in Rome. A repeat of the World Championships just 1 year ago. Can Poland do what the Italians did to them in Katowice and upset them on home turf? Lavia scored 19 points in that World Championship final. Wilfredo Leon, the only absentee from what you'd expect to be the first 7 in that game. Well, a comparison for us, Daniela Lavia, Wilfredo Leon, 2 point scoring outsides. Leon has the height advantage, goes high, but Lavia, is creative, he's powerful. He can work multiple angles as well. The Trentino man, one of 11 world champions in this team, one of 8 European champions. Leon and this Polish side winning the Volleyball Nations League just 2 months ago. Under Gerbic are ready. The top scorer for the Italians, Yuri Romano, should start on the opposite. 2 years ago, he came off the bench and played a starring role in the victory against Slovenia in the 5th set. Now he's De Giorgi's starting man. Jakub Pivchak was saying that it's hard to get into this team because he still has to get past one of the best liberos of our time in Pavel Zatorsky. Just one of 2 Remainers from the 2014 World Championship winning sides, with Karol Kwas, who's back in the squad, replacing Mateusz Binek, who's out with an injury. He played in the VNL gold medal winning team in Gdansk. Volleyball hits different in Italy. It hits different in Poland than anywhere else in the world. This, ladies and gentlemen, is special. A quick glimpse of Simone Gianelli, the only Remainer of the Italian team from the silver medal winning side in the Rio Olympic Games, with the likes of Zaitsev and Juan Terena. Norbert Huber, what a story for him. With Binek being injured, he's back into the first 7, having spent a lot of the big games on the bench for Zaksa. Talking of Perugia, there's Perugia's main outside man with Leon in Kamel Semenyuk, but he's found his court time in and out this championships because of the depth of the Polish side. It's very difficult, even for the best players in the world. Wilfredo Leon. The lights are off in Rome as we're about to welcome our gladiators into this Colosseum feeling of a stadium. It is packed to the rafters as Poland marching Janusz Czegos-Łomacz, the two setters, Lukas Kaczmarek, the only opposite alongside Bartosz Kurek, who can certainly play that role and has been so instrumental. Zatorski, Popivczak, two of the best liberos in the world. Poland have depth there. And then in the middle, Kołanowski and Huber should start. Karol Kłos is ready to come off the bench if needed. In the outside, they are spoilt for choice. Slivka, Leon, Kurek, Bednarz, Semenyuk. It doesn't get any better. Seven players from Poland played in the Champions League finals this year. And it's almost the exact same squad from the VNL, but for Italy, 11 world champions, 8 European champions. Gianelli, Spatoli, the perfect duo. Gianelli, adored here by the fans. Yuri Romano, the top scorer, with the young, impressive Alessandro Bovalenta. He's done wonders at youth level. Fabio Balasso, Leonardo Scanfurla, two absolutely outstanding liberos. Balasso will start the Lube man in the libero spot. Russo, is he fit, is he not? We're about to find out. Galassi and Mosca will start if not. Micheletto, Lavia, Bottolo, and the impressive youngster Tommaso Rinaldi, who's received plaudits at youth level for Italy recently as well. Micheletto and Lavia will start on the outside as we meet Poland, led by Lukas Kaczmarek, already out Popivczak. Kaczmarek, the Zaksa main opposite, and Karol Kłos, part of that World Championship winning team in 2014. Smiles for Poland as they enter the Lions' Den. Huge cheers for Wilfredo Leon, the best outside hitter in the Club World Championships in 2023. He's looking for his first European title this evening. Bartosz Bednarz at Zaksa last year arrived from Shanghai and made a real difference to this team. Alexander Slivka is the perfect replacement for Michał Kubiak. He's a real leader of this team. He's led Zaksa to 3 Champions League titles in a row. Czegos-Łomacz, one of the best setters that we've seen for Poland for a long time, alongside others, but also a key man for Skra in 2017. Kołanowski, best middle blocker in the VNL and the Champions League as well. Kamil Semenyuk decided to move from Zaksa to Perugia at the start of last season. It didn't quite work out for him, but he's a phenomenal threat. Zatorski, part of the World Championship winning team in 2014 and 18, was the MVP in the VNL. Janusz, the main man in the setting department for Zaksa, will link with the likes of Huber, Slivka and Kaczmarek incredibly well. Tomasz Fernal would arguably get into any other team at this moment in time. The MVP of the Plus Liga, the leader of Jastrzębski, but spends most of his time coming off the bench. And a huge moment for Norbert Huber, who's moved to Jastrzębski from Zaksa, the best middle blocker in Plus Liga in 2021. Poland are strong and they have deep talent in their roster. Listen to the roar for the Italians. Looking to go back-to-back European titles for the 3rd time. Led by Simone Gianelli, the former Trentino man, now of Perugia, a real leader of this team. And the best setter of the World Championship, followed by Alessandro Micheletto, the best outside hitter in last year's Champions League. Fabio Balasso of Lube, a world and European champion. Spatoli, who off the bench caused an absolute riot, the best setter of the CEV Challenge Cup in 2020. They'll look to him to come off and serve well this evening. Scanfurla, the second libero from Piacenza. Mattia Bottolo from Lube. Another player that can bring stability from the bench. The Lube man, formerly of Padova. A big moment, Gianluca Galassi, part of the European Championship squad 2 years ago. Best middle blocker at the World Championships last year, the Monza man. Daniele Lavia, best outside hitter in this competition 2 years ago. Best receiver in the Italian Cup, a world and European champion. Yuri Romano follows him in, the opposite man from Piacenza, his second year from Milano. After an MVP performance in A2 Siena, he's doing the same at international level. Roberto Russo, who damaged his ankle in the quarterfinals, the Perugia man since 2020. Let's see how it's faring and see if he can get on this evening. Tommaso Rinaldi from Modena, best outside hitter in the under-22s, the World Championships under-21s, and the MVP at under-19 level will come off the bench to at least serve. And there's Bovalenta, Alessandro Bovalenta from Ravenna. Another prospect from youth level for De Giorgi to go to. Giovanni Sanguinetti, the 28-year-old from Modena. And finally, Leandro Mosca, who was so impressive, the Verona man, coming in to make just his second start of the competition in that semi-final because of the injury to Roberto Russo. And my oh my, didn't he deliver? Incredibly impressive. Italy will be fired up here to play on home turf, but Poland are strong, even with 12,000 fans against them. Well, here we have it, the EuroVolley gold medal final from Rome. Why would you want to be anywhere else? Poland looking for their first win since 2009. Poland will win their 11th medal at the European Championships this evening. Will it be silver or will it be gold? Italy stand in their way. special. Italy at home, looking to go back to back for the third time. They are 17 successive victories in a row in EuroVolley matches. Their last loss, a 3-0 to France in 2019. This evening, they have an army behind them here in Rome. Lyon versus Micheletto, Lavia versus Slivka, Kowanovski, Huber, Mosca, Galassi, Gianelli, Janusz, Romano, Kazmarek. It's a treat. As Ozan Kaji Sarikaya, the first referee, Vasilos Vasiliadis, the second. So we expect no surprises this evening from either side. Slivka told me yesterday, we're going to give this everything. This is different for Poland. They're used to having 20,000 cheering them. Tonight they have a clear Italian headwind of fans. As we meet the first six, Leon gets the nod outside. It's exactly the same for Nikola Gerbic, Slivka, Kowanovski. Marcin Janusz starts in the setter's position. Norbert Huber, 2 meters 7 in the middle, and Pavel Zatorski. Zatorski and Slivka's leadership here, crucial for the Polish charge. Slivka seems to lead from the front in every single battle. Well, there is the confirmation. Kowanovski, Huber, Janusz as the setter to the two middles. Kazmarek opposite him. Leon, Slivka on the outside. Pavel Zatorski starts as the libero. And we've seen this before from the Italians as we welcome Alessandro Micheletto on to the floor. Starting on the outside with him, it should be Lavia, but of course it's Simone Gianelli that gets the start. Galassi's back in, as always. Lavia starts on the outside again. It's a very similar looking side as a team that finished 2 years ago in EuroVolley. And there is a start for Roberto Russo, who's recovered from the twisted ankle. A huge, huge moment for him. Disappointment for Leandro Mosca, who has to start on the bench, but he was fantastic in the semi-final. Russo is the go-to man for De Giorgi when he needs his full team. So the only change is that Russo's back in the mix after missing the semi-final. Galassi in the middle with him, Gianelli, Romano through two, Micheletto, Lavia on the outside. Wilfredo Leon, will it be his first European Championship? Nikola Gerbic won this competition with Yugoslavia 22 years ago. Will it be his time to win it as a coach? Micheletto looking to go back to back under this man's guidance. Ferdinando De Giorgi, who is the former coach of Zaxa. As we stand for a moment's silence.
Thank you.
A moment's silence requested by the president of Italy due to an accident earlier on today. Palazzo, Lavia, Gianelli, Galassi, Micheletto all played 2 years ago in the final against Slovenia. They're back again. And it's going to be Alessandro Micheletto who's going to get us underway. It's the European Championship final. Italy in blue against Poland in red for gold, and it's Leon who carries on exactly as he left off in the semi-final, high and off the hands. 19 points as well against Serbia. Recorders don't forget about that one from Leon, but he's already recorded the world's fastest serve in this competition. The noise here in Rome is deafening. Big hammer from Lavia. And there's a let called by the first referee, I think, for another ball being in play. We're about to find out.
Replay.
And it's a replay because the ball was on the back of the court as Italy were attacking. Well, for Poland, Kaczmarek. Huber serving, came off the bench in the game against the USA in the VNL. Bianek started, Janusz, Koronowski, Slivka and Leon, so just that one change from the team that won the VNL in Gdansk 2 months ago. Leon slivers one to the line. Leon's 2 from 2 so far and looking dangerous. Out of system play, Slivka does a lot of mopping up for this team in the setting department. A key cog in this vehicle. Italy against France were nothing short of sensational. The coaching staff saying their defense was incredible, but the way that they served as well, insane. But it's the serving of Norbert Huber who gets Poland off to the dream start. 3-0. Italy will be disappointed that the let went against them, but that's too good. Straight through the seam. Palazzo, Lavia letting it drop. Italy call an early timeout. Well, that Italian performance.
Ragazzi, su queste zone, nelle zone di conflitto, Dani, non so se l'avete valutata fuori, se no è meglio vedervi in due, come avete fatto lì. Andiamo in due, ma non rimaniamo a guardare su cosa.
In the Polish performance against Slovenia, 25 for Wilfredo Leon, 10 for Huber. No aces on that day for Huber, but one already for Yashemski's new middleman. I think they've made a very good addition to an already very good side. The Italian fans silenced temporarily from this good start. Ace! Huber goes straight to the bench. Bartosz Kurek gives it straight back to him. You can't see this on the side, but Huber looks straight towards his captain in the bench. 2 aces in a row. Lavia, Palazzo have it all to do here with Micheletto. It's the perfect start for Poland. And finally there's an error from Huber. Kaczmarek on the front court now is that only just missed. Galassi, Romano on the front for Italy. Big service pressure, Slivka puts the ball into the perfect spot. Leon just misses the sideline. First miss from Wilfredo Leon. The Italian fans tries to go cross-body here, Leon. Opens up nicely, but just drags it. One into the net this time. The World Championship final where Italy won 3-1. Micheletto, Romano, Russo came off the bench for Galassi, Lavia, all part of that team. Anzani misses out in this squad due to some health issues, so we hope he gets well soon for Poland in the World Championship final. Semeniuk started that day on the outside for 11 points. There was no Leon, but he started outside with Slivka, Biniek, Kołanowski in the middle, Janusz and Kurek. So a fair few changes for Poland from that World Championship final 2 years ago. Vital Heinen, still the coach of Poland, as Leon goes 3 from 4 from the outside. Kept with the likes of Kubiak and Kurek in that Polish side. Slivka and Semeniuk, Kazmarek kept on the side in those years, but this is very much now their team and their time to shine. Wilfredo Leon. He's recorded the fastest serve in the world this competition against Denmark, and he started slow behind the service line in the semi-finals, but then he found his rhythm. 138.5 kilometers an hour, the serve from Leon. Satorsky gets underneath the ball, sitting on the angle. Chance for Romano, he's shut down. Kołanowski, Slivka, double trouble. And this is a very different start for Italy than we saw against France. Defense is off, 2 up. As soon as that ball has a long distance to travel, he loves swinging down that area. Romano can hit more angles with a closer set. The service pressure is certainly intact with Kołanowski now. Sensational serving from Poland. Has got them off to the perfect start here in Rome. Balasso being bullied by Kołanowski. Kurek loves it. Such a difficult serve, fast, dipping, but Lavia puts it in a good spot. Romana stays high, chases on. Kazmarek pushes the ball forward, but it's a free ball for the Italians. Width and speed to Micheletto. Leon, what a dig from Leon. Second opportunity, hammered to the line for Romano. Italy are alive and kicking. What a start. The line open for business. Poland are doing a good job of trying to keep this crowd quiet. And you can still hear the Polish fans. Just to the right of your screen, you can see a fair amount of Polish fans. They travel everywhere. Marcin Janusz. Serve to the front court receiver. Big from Micheletto. Game on. Italy have woke up here in Rome. Width and speed, losing the blocker. Huber committed with the middle. Kazmarek dived into the angle. Lines open for business for Micheletto. Leon serve, front court. Kazmarek goes off the block. This is a big opportunity for Italy. Romano again. Janusz is parked still manages to react. Leon speeds up his arm. My word! It's quite sensational from Leon. You see him almost jump slow and then speed the arm up. A generational talent, Wilfredo Leon. Bosh! Unbelievable. Italy decided to pull the blockers because they thought Leon could not crunch that. Leon could crunch that. The fans here stayed way beyond the semi-final to try and have a chat and a photo with their heroes. If they win this evening, you expect the parties outside to go on for a long time. Huber on time, they run the middle. We haven't seen so much of Slivka yet offensively, but I think that means that everything is cooking just fine. Slivka in there to add all that stability that he does, pass incredibly well, and if he passes first, well then Poland will be just fine in an attacking sense of things. Huber again, 2 aces, make that 3 for Norbert Huber. Giving it all the swag to the bench once again. Bednarz is laughing with how fired up Huber is right here. And Huber's changed his game twice behind the service line.
Cercate di stare un pochino più morbidi con ste braccia. Abbiamo detto una cosa, dobbiamo limitare questa cosa qui, nel senso che questi palloni li dobbiamo trasformare in palloni che giochiamo noi, anche palla alta. Quindi adesso mi raccomando, sciolti con ste cazzo di braccia, raga, la teniamo alta e la giochiamo, e poi dobbiamo difendere qualche pallone possibile e senza fretta. Cominciamo
To win big games like this, you need special performances. And Huber has started sensationally well. A kill in the middle, 2 big runs of serves. Big front court this for Poland as well. Leon at 4, Koronowski in the middle. Good timeout from De Giorgi, just to try and subdue Norbert Huber. Well, Oleg Slivka was telling me that Gerbic seems like a cool customer on the surface, but they've seen his heart rate monitor, and it certainly gets up. Regulation work from Poland. Koronowski, Huber ticking the score over, and meaning that not everything is reliant on the outside. Again, Slivka's been served often enough early on here, and he's popped the ball in wonderfully. Gianelli, second tempo. Micheletto sends the crowd crazy here. A bit of DIY. Blassi takes the middle. Then the gaps appear. Good setting from Gianelli, running the pipe. Slivka has no chance. And now as Italy try and enforce their way into the game, the errors might come just by trying that little bit too hard. Leon has won games with his serve before. He's just fired a rocket. 1-2-8. Slivka, scoop from Lavia. But it's Slivka's first kill. Underpinned by the service pressure of Wilfredo Leon. This has been a real opening set performance from Poland. They've pushed from the service line. They've passed well. They've run the middles. And Leon is at the races. 4 from 5. One big serve already. And it's another rocket from Leon. 3 up in the block. And Lavia's gone over the top, as if the Polish blockers weren't there. Well, Lavia puts the ball away from a high out-of-system set. Did it go through, or did it go over? Can't tell from there. Poland have scored a tournament high 3.9 blocks a set in this competition. So let's see how that fares. Slivka looking for a touch here. Challenges coming from the Italians. They look certain. Gianelli says no way, not off me. Galassi says not off me either. So we go to Hawkeye to see if there was a touch.
No, we are checking the block touch. Block. No. My second referee told me for the block touch. Yeah, okay.
Was there a touch? Successful challenge. They were absolutely certain, the Italians, weren't they? Still a 4-point game for Poland. Lavia, 19 points in that World Championship final, goes after Leon. Janusz sends it back to Kaczmarek. It's smart. The pass sends the middle blocker one way towards the middle, and then it's just flipped back from Janusz here. Just a one step before getting out right to left. Polish fans are loving it. Kołanowski, who had a great first spell behind the service line, goes again. Micheletto, DIY straight into the block of Norbert Huber. It's a huge play for Poland, and Huber's in the thick of it again. Norbert Huber has had an opening set to remember here. Look at the face on him. Kołanowski, the service pressure out the gate from Poland is absolutely sensational. And because of that, Italy are having to work so hard to score. Micheletto with a high swing off the top of the hands. It's a great swing. From a situation where he's up against it. Leon, short ball this time, and Slivka again, 2 from 2. In the Champions League final, he was given a lot of the ball early on, Slivka. Kaczmarek wasn't quite firing, and the way that Zaksa wanted to run was give a lot of the ball to Kaczmarek, and not so much to Slivka, but he delivers when called upon. And when you have the physicality of Leon, who's so high and physical, other outsides have to be creative with their arm and turn angles. Romano can also turn angles from that right side. Lavia passing and running down the pipe, trying to hold the middle. Romano at full stretch there, trying to find a swing. The speed of the pass dictated the speed of the offense. Simone Gianelli. Everyone thought he would be at Trentino forever, but he swapped Trentino for Perugia. Olympic silver medalist alongside Zaitsev, Juan Torreira, and the only one still part of this squad. It was decided after that Olympic Games that they needed an overhaul, the Italians. And here they are. Slivka again with this float serve deep on Levere, who just almost makes a deep breath after shanking the pass. Janusz, Szatorski's all over it. Slivka from the right, just flourishing on the left and on the right. He stays calm. Well, everyone else fires up around him. Before the game, you saw Slivka and Kurek embrace on the side. While Kurek's on the bench, the captain, Slivka is the leader of this side. Big crush from Slivka, great pass from Balasso, better from Italy. The first passes in the game, all of a sudden, Norbert Huber at 2:07 is going to find it more and more difficult to keep up with the speed of play. If that ball's off the net, Huber will be fine. He gets across okay there, doesn't quite penetrate, but the game is too fast there from the Italians. Szatorski, Slivka, Leon up against Micheletto. Szatorski makes it look so easy, and that is not so easy. And that is Poland in this opening set, hook, line and sinker. First pass has been on point, everything else has been easy enough from there. I think you have to give some credit to Norbert Huber for his serving at the beginning of the set to give that 3 or 4 point buffer that maybe took a bit of pressure for Poland for the time being. Leon. Free meal ticket. He won't have many easier this evening than that one. We are seeing the very best of Leon in this Final Four, and that guy loves it. It's Huber time. Well, Spertoli came off the bench in the semi-final and changed the game with 3 or 4 aces in a row against Engepet in France, and he's done it again. He is the man for these situations. Bring him on cold, and he will heat up from behind the service line.
He will not change now. He will continue to go on Leo. But listen to me. Listen, I understand the urge you want to take every ball. But even yesterday, fourth set, even now, guys, the balls are going out. Okay, this one went out. So watch out if it comes to your shoulders. Okay, leave it. Okay, risk create.
Italy, Poland is off to the perfect start. Huber's serving the main difference. 4 aces for Poland, just that one for Spertoli, who's back in again, having changed the game in the first set. He's gone again after Slivka. This time Poland are off the net and under pressure. Janusz, back to Slivka, who spreads it a little bit tight. And Leon, with the tip this time, is covered. Italy to erupt the stadium. Leon, block, out. And the crowd now start to get behind their team. out of system. The service pressure's coming from Italy, and it means that they're getting chances in transition because they've got a point on Leon and managed to get a serve off of Slivka. This time it's out of bounds, but Spatoli certainly doing his job. Russo back in. Incredible that he's fit enough after missing the semi-finals. God, the service pressure straight back from Poland is incredible. Lavia chases on Slivka on the floor. Leon, is there a touch? Doesn't matter. Italy's level slowly increasing. Lavia goes cross-body, and Leon can't quite convert. Still 5 between the two teams. Poland need 2. It's a long way back here for the Italians, but this is going to be a marathon. Poland have just come out the blocks flying. Zatorski passing perfectly. Leon with 2 up, the speed of the offense thrilling. Back again, this time, Galassi stops Kazmarek. It looks as if the ball's slightly lowered inside again. Not for Leon, but Janusz. Kazmarek tries to pad off the middle, and the middle's too quick. Well, regardless of what happens, Italy is starting to get some real momentum. 2 stuffies in a row from Italy. Timeout Gerbic. Look at Gianelli now, feeling himself. And Italy will know that once they get the Polish opposite in their pocket, they have a real opportunity.
Hey, guys.
Italy have struck back. Well, Gerbic, Coach Slivka, Koronovsky, Semenyuk, Kazmarek and Zatorski, whilst at Zaxa he also worked with Roberto Russo at Perugia. Lorenzetti now in Perugia as they look to bounce back from what was a great league campaign that ended really poorly last year, winning almost every game, I think, of Syria. Kajoji, on the other hand, whilst coaching Zaxa, coached Mateusz Biniak. Yes, he's out injured, but Semenyuk as well. He also coached Popivchak at Jastrzębski when he spent a season there. Services out the back. That's 1 for Gerbic. Wilfredo Leon has served at big times and in tighter times than having a 4-point lead at the end of the opening set. Oh, it's a netband ace. No, it's not. It's kept alive. Italy somehow keep that off the floor. And there you have it. Lukas Kazmarek finds the floor eventually. Poland take the opening set. They've come out absolutely flying. Gianelli with fantastic reactions, Galassi as well. And Kazmarek finds the baseline. Big, high, smooth swing from the Zaxa man. Well, there's the opening set from the Palazzo dello Sport here in Rome, 25-20. Four aces to 1. Couple more errors from Poland, so have to keep an eye on that. but also more attacks as well, and I think that's a product of the tough serving that they've come out here with. Managed to knock Italy back a little bit, make some digs. It's very quiet here in between sets. Poland hitting the ball often enough straight down the middle. Hawkeye giving us the best graphics in the game. All depends really of tactical wise, if they're going after the front court receiver in that situation, if they have a target in mind to go. A venue that saw the 2010 FIVB World Championships, now the EuroVolley 2023 finals. The home of the 1960 Olympic Games for boxing, won by Muhammad Ali and, well, Leon and Micheletto. Two big names of this sport, two heavy hitters of this sport. Italy will know that nothing is decided after the opening set. Poland will know that they still have a huge, huge job to do. But having just won the Volleyball Nations League, they'll be full of confidence, as will the Italians when they get the wind in their sails. Slivka will get us underway in set two. An ace from Slivka, who shrugs his shoulders to say, all I did was pick it high and hit a seam. That's big problems for the Italians, and it shows really that they're very uncomfortable in the pass at the moment. Leon, 5 from 10 in the opening set. Kazmarek 3 from 8. Slivka 3 from 4. Micheletto, first one. After scoring 3 from 5, 60%. Well, this is fascinating to me because looking at my stats, Italy haven't run the middle in the first set. Romano, Lavia, Micheletto all given the ball, but something I didn't notice in real time is that the Italians haven't got the middle in. But they don't need to if they serve as strongly as that. Gianelli, we've talked about Slivka being a leader of men. Gianelli has proven time and time again that he can carry this Italian side to glory. Him and Micheletto will be so key in a comeback here. They have everything they need. They're going after Leon. No surprise that they try and take him out the attack, and they do. But this is how Leon has forged a fine career. He's high, and he doesn't have to always hit hard to score. Stay fast off the hands and go over the top of the block. Smart from Leon. Just brushes it off of Micheletto. The perfect target, as he has the longest distance to travel to press in the block. Uber's missed his serve. This is already a different start to this second set. Big moments already. Leandro Mosca, ready and waiting if called upon from the bench, like he has been this whole competition. Italy know what it's like to go close. Leon's looking for the out call. Russo is looking at Leon, and he's picking a fight here. Gloves are off between Russo and Leon. Let's have a look, shall we? Looked like no touch there from Leon. Gianelli's getting stuck in. The second referee's on the court as well. A little laugh between Gianelli and Leon. Russo trying to calm himself down. Kazmarek. Better serving from Kazmarek. The Polish service pressure has been on point today, but the level is rising here in Rome as it's Lavia that puts the ball away. Kudos to the pass here of Micheletto. Serve to position one. There is no middle again for Italy, but Lavia is putting the ball away on the wings. The Polish middle blockers not buying anything from the middles from Italy at the moment. Slivka, it's another big serve, this time from the Italians. And Janusz doesn't care for celebrating. He just feeds Kowanowski. And at the moment, you would say that the Polish game plan is working. And Leon. Obviously not many Perugia fans here in the stadium. And he just fires him up, Leon. 1-2-6. And that's one way to silence the crowd. Again, Italy out of system. Again, they can't run the middle. Again, they have to rely on going to Lavia, and he's got a much tighter block against him this time. So he tries to tip away from the three-man, and the more that you tip away from your body, the more you lose height. Poland with the perfect start for World Championship revenge from last year. Leon with another rocket. We are seeing the best of Wilfredo Leon here in this Final Four. His body goes through the ball. Smooth and powerful, high and fast. Finally misses, but he certainly did his job from behind the service line. Mir Abdul Aziz also broke the world record for fastest serve from the Netherlands before Leon broke his fastest serve from Poland. But the Italians had an absolute battle against the Netherlands in 5, and they showed great maturity, something that De Giorgi said he was very proud about, the way that they turned up in the 5th set. 2 or 3 aces from the Mir, and they still found their way back to win. Gianelli, Romano. Romano's really good in those situations. Slightly off the net. Chest bump. And considering 2 years ago he was playing in A2, was brought to the national team for the European Championships, Romano, by De Giorgi. Brought off the bench for a starring role. He's now their main man. And right on cue, Romano steps up with an ace. His development is sensational, and it's his turn to hit the seam to Leon's left. Watch out. Leon's being targeted. Tomas Fornal could come off the bench just to add some stability in reception. Leon passes off this time. Zatorski steps on in. Slivka out of system. Goes for the Postliga. Volley off the hands, but it's dug. Second chance. Cross body from Kowanovski. Janusz is absolutely killing this at the moment. That ball's not quite there. As soon as the first pass is off the net or the defense, it's very difficult for the left-handed Slivka to get his feet inside the ball. So he does something else and recycles the play, and then they can build through and run the middle. Out of system again, still no middle. Lavier's going to have to carry a lot of weight on his shoulders if Italy can't quite stabilise on the pass. At the moment, they're getting away with it, and in transition, the ball's in a good enough position to run the pipe, and that's as good as running the middle for holding the opposition middle in place. Micheletto, high off of Hoover. He looked like he was ready to release to the outside. 8-7 Zatorski in system. Slivka's tight, so he has to go with the with the tip. But it doesn't matter, Kazmarek is right back on the money. And the way that Kazmarek, after getting blocked twice in a row in set one, has kept himself in the game is fantastic. Galassi gets across, or tries to get across, but can't get up. Poland, you still feel are on top of this game. The pass is off against Bertoli in front of me, you can't see him. He is raging, and there's two up, the ball's alive though! It's a lift that's given. This is wild. Poland was celebrating. Was it a lift? Galassi passes way off the net. Yeah, one would say that's a lift from Lavir. Hands going in an upward motion, palms are open. Good decision from the referee. Ace. Two float serves that have aced Italy. Slivka first, Janusz next. And this is not the Italian performance that they would have wanted. Palazzo not quite at the races yet. And Poland up by 2.
Secondo me, vi dovete rilassare un attimino, perché sembra che tutto a un tratto ci sia, anche se hai sbagliato la prima, non è che la seconda sono vai, la prendi, giochiamo, meno elettrici, meno tensione, ma non perché non dovete stare soli in palla, giocate le cose semplici.
You would say that 130k jump serves are forgivable for aces, but the float serves not so much. Yuri Romano, Lucas Kaczmarek, the two opposites. 6-4 for Romano at the moment. Difference is that Poland are not quite relying on Kaczmarek, one would feel, as Italy are relying on Romano and Lavir at the moment. Still no middle. Goes reverse. Slivka's put on the floor. Unless I've missed something to my maths, Italy have still not run the middle halfway through the second set. Slivka leaves a little bit of line for Romano, who we've seen go into the angle from that straight-on position numerous times. Poland by 1. Still have Rinaldi, who can come off the bench to help with the serve. CEV Cup winner with Modena, but best outside hitter in the European Championship under 22s last year. Lots of plaudits already. A very good player. Slivka from the right side loves hitting into the angle from there. And so far, just like the rest of the Polish side, Slivka hasn't really put a foot wrong. Passes a little bit off. Janusz would have to fire that ball with pinpoint accuracy to find Huber. Russo gets across. He's not quite quick enough with the inside arm. Slivka. Short ball. There's the middle for Italy. Leon. 1 from 1. Russo. Not the prettiest, but maybe one of the most effective. Gianelli. Straight to Leon. That's a perfect pass from Wilfredo Leon. And you can't remember Huber or Kowanovski being stopped at the moment. Leon's going to be picked on for multiple reasons here. One is because they'll see maybe the odd passing weakness. The other will be to get him out of the attack, serve him into the inside, take away his sharp angles. But if the pass is good, well then everything's open for business for Janusz, and the pass was very good. He goes to Kowanovski. Once again, Huber goes for Lavia. Slivka. He's leaning backwards, but he's got the ball on the spot. And all of the dots are joining together here. It's one thing for Slivka to play defense on that ball, but the tempo was fabulous. Micheletto plucked and running the middle in transition is dreamland for Poland. It really is. They're looking tough to stop at the moment. Huber. Again, the pass isn't quite there from the Italians. Micheletto from downtown. Janusz is out. Slivka loves stepping in here, though. Leon, 3 up. There's one. Maybe, just maybe, that will bring the Italians together and back into the game. No sharp angles, open for business for Leon. He tries to go to the line. Russo is there. You feel that a run of Micheletto serves or another couple of blocks will get this Italian team going, but they need something. They need a jump start to their performance here. And there's another block, here we go. Lavia, the service of Micheletto. Matched with the discipline here of Lavia. Left hand pushes around the ball, hips follow it, everything closes the block. And 2 in a row. Brought Italy back to 1. Micheletto, what a serve. Zatorski almost beaten, but that stays alive. Back to Lavia. 3 up from Poland. There's a nut touch against Kowanovski. That's a 3-point run for the Italians. And with that, Nikola Grbić calls a timeout just to try and settle his team down, but also try and stop Micheletto's service.
We need patience. Okay, we need patience. That's one thing. So, when we set the ball close to the net, we spike strong high. Okay, to search for the high hands. Because if it comes like Micheletto blocking, it's impossible to cover. Second thing, all in cover, because if we are spiking strong, very high, it will go along.
Great insights from Grbić. Talking about covering the hitter around the block, but also when the ball is tight, hitting up off the hands. Part of the game, huge part of the game, decision making, which under pressure, easier said than done. Micheletto, what a fine run of serves from the left-handed Italian. The arena on its feet now for Micheletto. Zatorski just owns the court though and pops in very quickly. Italy are battling. Balasso to Lavia. Huge! Another huge play for the Italians. Puts a match on this arena. The Palazzetto dello Sport has just erupted. Lavia with the high ball swing. Micheletto's run comes to an end, but look at Gianelli straight towards Micheletto with his thumbs up, because the Italians from 3 down have a slight advantage, siding out at 14-0. Lukas Kaczmarek. My word, the service pressure from both teams is on another level. No one's missing. Lavia is not missing. There's so much talk about the importance of Gianelli, of Micheletto, but Lavia every time on the big occasions, he's there, performing. This time with the left. None of the blockers lined up for that one. Over the top of Janusz. With a slight mismatch there with Janusz. Slivka wrestles that ball in. It's a ridiculous pass. It really is. Zatorski gives Slivka a pat on the back. Kaczmarek gets the plaudits here, but that was a ripper of a serve, and it's on the money again from Poland. You have to say, apart from Micheletto's service run, they still haven't done a lot wrong, and they're trading. But Italy are just finding their best level. And Leon is finding his best level, my word! Over the advertising boards for Balasso. And he's just about surfaced. Oh my days. Leon, 130 click banger, sends Balasso over the advertising boards. This game is wild. Neither side willing to give the other an inch. Leon again. The service pressure in the last 3 or 4 minutes has gone up 10 notches. And for Italy to side out that ball is phenomenal. Both teams want a challenge here. But you've got Micheletto, Leon, serving at 120, 130 kilometers an hour. And the opposing team siding out with somewhat ease.
Yeah, last touch. They want last touch also, Milan. They want also last touch, okay.
Block touch, the challenge from Poland. Gerbic talking to Kaczmarek. Gerbic, brother, such a big part of European history. Yeah, didn't touch the right side. It certainly touched the left side blocker though. Poland realise they've just won the point, and they're 2 up. Leon again. Another big serve, but the net band slows it down. Lavia shut down. And Leon strikes again. Slivka strikes again, but everything is working in perfect unison. This serve is so powerful. Balasso again can only pass off of the net. It gives the blockers time to set up on the wing, and Slivka just puts Lavia down.
State pronti per cercare rendere giocabile la palla, più precisa possibile. Se siamo messi bene, cerchiamo il punto, se non siamo messi bene, giochiamo di squadra, andiamo in copertura e diamo assistenza. E usciamo da questa situazione e siamo attaccati.
You feel that Italy are having done to them what they did to France 2 nights ago, and that's Poland's performance is just too disciplined, too consistent in every area at the moment. Lavia 6 points, Slivka 6 points, higher percentage for Slivka. You've got to feel sorry for Lavia at times because the first pass isn't there. He's having a tough night against the Polish block. High again. The first pass still isn't there from the Italians. They have to try and find it. But the service from Poland, cross-body swing from Slivka. Oh, Zatorski tracks that one incredibly well. Slivka, cross-body, second time. Zatorski, take a bow there for never switching off. This is a proper team performance from Poland at the moment. And when you have a team of superstars on the bench, it must be incredibly rewarding for Gerbic to turn around and see that picture. He said to me in the press conference earlier in the week, they have a long bench of world champions, European champions, that he can't fit in the side, so he has to think about the characters and how they fit together. And it's a difficult situation, but Leon's service run is just game-changing at the moment. It's an inspirational performance from Leon on the pipe. What a dig from Gianelli. Micheletto. Leon scoops it. Hands are on their heads here. As Slivka goes straight to the fans. This is on another level right now. Italy digging balls everywhere, but Poland matched them. And it's Slivka again making good decisions. And Leon. Has been nothing short of sensational. And finally, the service run has to come to an end. Five serves in a row from Leon. And 130 odd Ks, and then Romano tries to match it, and it's very difficult. And on these big occasions, the big players have to be there, and Leon this evening has certainly been there for Poland. It wasn't quite his game 2 years ago in Katowice, when Poland lost out in the semi-final to Slovenia, and then 2 years before that in Ljubljana when the same happened. He got his own back 2 nights ago though, and now he is flying. Lavia having to push from the service line. 4-0 in to give Leon a bit of a passing reprieve, and he comes straight in and puts the ball on the money, because that's what championship winning sides do. Janusz goes straight to the middle. Huber buries it. If somebody could tell me something that Poland have done wrong so far, I'd be willing to hear it. To the middle. Better for Italy. There's still a chance here. Spatoli, will we see him off the bench to try and serve the Italians back into this set? Certainly would be an option. Galassi. Slivka, again Poland put the pass on the money. Oh, and it's off the back of Kaczmarek. Okay. Good blocking from Italy. The good news for Poland is that the pass is still pretty legit in there. But it's a monster block, it's quite tight. Gianelli makes a big one on Kaczmarek.
Okay, watch out. Thank you.
Non lo voglio il boom.
We're yet to see this World and European Championship team from Italy really put Poland under pressure. Semenyuk's coming in, didn't play in the semi-final. I mean, it's a wonderful change to make. Maybe it's just for this one rotation. Kaczmarek at position 4. Put Semenyuk in, who's used to playing at position 4, to try and side out and give them a high ball option if they need it. Janic goes to Slivka though. Semenyuk straight in the game. He gets the ball back and he goes high hands. And this is exactly the story. Semenyuk comes in, Fornau comes in, they make a difference, they leave the game. Depth in the squad is dynamite for Poland. And they are spoilt. Semenyuk comes straight out to high fives all around. Slivka. Higher toss this time from Slivka. He tries to get after the spinner after we've seen the lighter float serve into the seams earlier on. Leon the target, softer serve from Gianelli again. Leon puts the ball on the money. Blasso who's off for Scanferla. Scanferla making a great scoop in the angle, but the point goes Poland's way. I'm sure that De Giorgi's faced some challenges as the head coach of Italy, but this will be a big one for him. Huber back to serve to make it 2-0 Poland. Michele passes off the net. Gianelli can only feed the outside. Cross body is taken by Huber. Then ready to cover Leon, looking for hands. But to no avail. You can see that Michele frustrated with that first pass. They won the point, but still kicking himself for passing off the net. Leon fires long this time. Good duck from Russo. Micheletto, someone who could certainly change this game, but he doesn't. Poland go 2-0 up in Rome. Leon has a smile on his face. Slivka says one more, and he tries to get Poland moving around as quickly as possible. Italy haven't quite passed well enough. It hasn't come together yet. They've got one more chance. Poland go 2-0, 25-20, 25-21. They have been on another level so far. The attacks, the aces, the main difference. Well, let's have a look at the serve placement. And again, you've got Leon absolutely gunning his serve. You have Huber gunning his serve. So they might be trying to pick a seam or pick an area. But again, with Leon, if he finds the ball high enough and fast enough, he doesn't really need to pick a space. He'll cause so many problems. And we're talking about the passing here not being quite there from the Italians, 26%. But look at 48% of the ball off the net. Well, it's time to hear.
What do you think Italy misses these first two sets? What do you think you need to improve in this third one to put Poland a little bit in trouble?
In these first two sets, we are struggling with reception. Poland is serving very strong, very strong. So we need to manage better this situation, and then in the game, then we can play at the same level.
Thank you very much.
Well, he isn't wrong, is he? Poland are serving well. I mean, Italy are the best team in the world. They're the world champions. And if they're passing 50% outside of a zone where Gianelli can do anything
a very good
with
start for Poland.
To
what do you have to pay particularly attention in this third set?
To keep pressing the foot on the gas, because as soon as we stop, they will come back. That's it's not my opinion, that's reality. So we have to play good volleyball.
Thank you very much, coach.
I mean, they have played sensational volleyball so far. I don't know what you expected watching from home, but I expected some incredible volleyball, but Poland have gone up a notch. Huber, Leon, Slivka, the top scorers. Huber, the second top scorer in the middle, means that everything is working for Poland. You have to say the serving is incredible, but the Polish passing is certainly matching it as well. Italy have to find a way to apply some pressure of their own on Poland here. Otherwise, this game will be over very, very soon. Can the world and European champions come back from this early Polish onslaught? We'll have to wait and see. Palazzetti, Telesport, de Roma. A thing of beauty. Just 15 minutes or so on the metro from the Colosseum. It's proving to be the perfect venue for quite the incredible final. Poland, who didn't have Leon in the World Championship final last year, have Leon today, and he has been a difference maker. Semeniuk started on the outside that evening in Katowice. Kurek started on the opposite. Kazmarek has now made that role, his own, because we haven't seen Kurek that often in this competition. Janusz works incredibly well with Leon when he's running this show. And given the fact that he plays with a lot of these players at Zaxa, proves a lot. Zatorski. Oh my days, have a look at that for Blasio. We know it's been a tough night for him, but 10% means he really has to try and pull it together. Gets a little rub on the head from Gianelli, trying to get a little bit of confidence into the libero. Zatorski, on the other hand, has been a monster. That retrieval when the ball was overpassed in set 2 shows that he's paying attention to everything. He's in the zone. Leon has been in the zone. Slivka is banging the drum in there at the moment. You can't see it, but he's leading this team once again. Zatorski passes money off the bat. Huber gets dug, but a chance for Lavia, who's getting a lot of the ball at the moment. Romano gets the ball back, and Leon is there. High swing off of Leon. And just like we saw in the bronze medal match, maybe we just start to see that third set syndrome from Italy, like we saw from France, where you've got nothing to lose and you just come out, the traps flying. You've got to go high to get off of Leon. Zatorski. Oh, off the header, Leon. And it comes down the Polish side. Leon would have scored some points in his time, but if that would have gone Poland's way, he wouldn't have scored one like that. Credit to Italy. They've got 2 up on them. Russo's got a cross, and they've got the rubber to green. Little plays like that will make a big difference. Micheletto. Poland under a little bit of pressure here. Fast play out of system. Slivka's camping underneath the block. Zatorski's camping underneath the block. Leon tries to go past the Italian block and puts Poland on the board. You heard Gerbic talk about cover earlier on in the timeout. 2 times his 2 defensive weapons made cover plays, and they could recycle the ball to their main offensive weapon in Leon. Three up, doesn't matter. Lavia will find a way. Put 6 blockers up, he'll find a way. Takes it incredibly high here, Lavia. He had to try and get his feet to it. The block from Poland, the ball's so inside in the set that the block was way out in line. And it just gave a gap for Lavia to score through. Poland are celebrating here. Zatorski was more than certain. Italy, this is a different Italy. Blasio tries to find a set, but it's a little bit off. But Italy have got a little bit of a spring in their step here. Gianelli has a look to Romano to say, here you go, you have it. And Romano's up for the challenge. And for the first time this evening, you can see a deflated Polish team as Italy find a way past them. Interesting moments here. Haven't seen that so far. Romano went off the hands last time, then he cranks one back into the angle this time. Good variation from the opposite man. Big serve, but once again, Leon is equal to it. Width and speed for Leon. As soon as you know the fast ball is coming from Leon, the ball's passed from position 5 to position 2. This opens up Leon to get it back, especially with the opposite on the backcourt. Galassi has to step towards Janusz. The ball's too quick for Galassi to get back out. Leon won't be stopped. It's a great pass from Leon, especially with a front court setter to get the ball back. Into the net this time, and the fans love it. Stats from set 2. Lavia, 3 from 10. Galassi, 1 from 1. Russo, 1 from 1. They only used the middle twice, Italy, in the last set. And they had 100% success whilst doing it. They didn't use it once in the opening set. So it's sort of showing us what they need to do a little bit more. Oh, De Giorgi's just taken one right on the schnoz. Nose dig from De Giorgi. Sure, it's nothing he hasn't encountered before. Poland don't seem to care a bit. Leon 2 from 6, but he had 9 serves and 2 aces. Big serving this time from Kojanowski. Make Galassi 2 from 2. Things all of a sudden are looking brighter for the Italians if they can run the middle. Make Norbert Huber run after you. Don't give him the ability to get across to your wing spikers with time and press. Make him do the chasing. And the service pressure from the Italians, getting them right back in here. And now Poland are struggling to keep up with the service pressure. Russo, 2 from 2. If he keeps feeding the middle here, Gianelli, Italy have a chance. If Galassi keeps serving as he is, Italy have a chance. But the way that Gerbic spoke in between sets was almost as if he knew they had to prepare his team for a storm. Good run of serves comes to an end. Poland are doing the chasing now. Kazmarek on the front court, Slivka, Huber, Gianelli. Still on the front for 2 more rotations. Semenyuk's come in for Leon. Micheletto. Italy are finding their way in Rome. It's taken them a while, but the pass is far more consistent. They've used the middle. Huber's under a bit more pressure. Kazmarek's sort of shrugging his shoulders. Micheletto's free. Passes back in from Poland, Huber. Again, Slivka brings a little bit of consistency in the pass to allow Janusz to get the middle in as well. Leon back in for Semenyuk on the front. What an absolute dream bench this is for Poland. Fornal still got his tracksuit on. What a player he is. Bartosz Kurek, the only remaining member of the 2009 winning team. Slivka's serve has caused some issues this evening, but Italy have been gifted another chance here from Poland, and they take it off of Huber again. Huber's starting to get under a little bit more pressure in the block. Gianelli making Huber do a little bit of running around, and he can't quite form and penetrate with the hands. Timeout, Poland. Galassi, Huber, comparison. Huber's had an absolute storming evening, but the pass hasn't been good enough to get Galassi in. He's almost just been a spectator offensively, but as the pass starts to come, Galassi's getting back into the game, and he's also starting to bring some joy from the service line. Zadorski's just almost been slapped in the chops with the ball. This is pressure building on Poland. Big pressure. Lavia in system, everything in front of him with better vision. He can speed up and just bury it past the block. Again, interesting now to see what Gerbic does here. Huber's scored freely this evening, but as Poland struggle, he also has Karol Kwas on the bench as well, 2014 world champion. Miss-serve, Kołanowski coming back in. That is the only change, Bianek not being in the team from Vienna, out with an injury. Huber wants an ace. And can you believe it? When Poland find themselves a couple down, it's Norbert Huber that fires up another ace. He's had an absolutely incredible game from the baseline. Another big serve. Lavia out of system. It's just going to be Kołanowski that goes into battle. Romano tipping over the top. Huber's there playing 5. 2:07, gets on the floor. And every time, Huber goes straight to the bench. Kołanowski, first of all. Balasso's there to steer it back towards Lavia, but here, 2:07, you put your money on a short tip, on a 2:07 blocker every time, but not with Huber. Gerbic loves it.
Allora, quando adesso dobbiamo essere, lo sforzo che dobbiamo fare, adesso stiamo tenendo un pochino, come è giusto, quelle che arrivano, le alzate di seconda che ci permettano, da lì il giochetto adesso di dare il cambio. Vai, continuiamo. Vai.
Not so many smiles there. Italy still by 1, much improved third set, but then Huber's come in, and now he's making digs, my word. You couldn't take him off, even though the blocking. Huber comes straight to Gerbic again, and he just eyeballs. I don't know if you can see that on the picture, but he just looks straight at Kurek and gives him the biggest daggers ever, Norbert Huber. Kaczmarek stays high again, off the hands of Russo. He's been steady. Blocked out twice in a row in the opening set. He's come through that. And in this team, he doesn't need to get set as many balls as other opposites to really rely on him. With Leon and Slivka, they'll look for the decision here. Huber knows it's in. Good work from the Italians. Forced in. Gianelli, miracle worker in there at times. Russo, Satorsky, you pick out one of the best liberos from this generation, and he just looks so comfortable, doesn't he? So much experience through the World Championships, the two that Poland won, but they've been in this Final Four situation more often than not. Yes, this is their first final since 2009, which I find scary. The two losses to Slovenia in a row in the semis, not ideal, but they have come here off the back of a VNL, ready to play. Miss serve from Italy, but, sorry, from Poland. Romano had a really superb competition till now. We know what he's got behind the service line. And it's a big serve, but it's just wide of the line. 119. And up steps Wilfredo Leon once again. 5 serves in a row in the last set. A real game changer. And that hasn't missed by much. Leon did not fancy it at all. But he might just fancy a run of serves now. Fastest server in the world. The toss is just a little bit too far in front of him. 135 on the speed. A bench of stars. Lavia takes a bit of pace off this one, puts Satorsky to the floor. It has to go to Slivka again from that sort of backward situation. He goes into tip cover there, Slivka, and in turn Micheletto puts the ball away off the block. It's marvellous from Micheletto, making the most of those moments that Poland haven't given Italy too many of this evening, which is passing off the net. Slivka having to volley the ball over because it just was out of rhythm. And in turn, Micheletto strikes on the counter. Leon the target, off pace. Brilliant set from Janusz to give it width to Kaczmarek. Hang on a moment, hang on a moment. Italy is sure that's dropped in. The referee didn't give it. So far, no challenge. Georgie's laughing his head off over there. And I think it's about time we see why. We've seen that play from Janusz, the ball from 1 to 3, back to 2 to Kaczmarek. And all's well that ends well for Poland. Back to Galassi. 100% Galassi and Russo. Italy, the fact that they can run their middle on a much such a regular occurrence is one of the reasons why they are 2 points in front. Galassi's back. Remember last time he really served well, but unfortunately for him, straight into the net this time. Back to one. Interesting game, this one, with Poland 2-0 up. Italy needing to win it. They found some form, a little bit of momentum, but can they really make the most of it here? Leon's got 4 rotations until he's back to serve. Janusz had an ace in the last set. Lavia, bit tight, has to go over from a Gianelli. Leon's all over it. Kazmarek, Balasso, what a dig. But it's tight. Huber decides to recycle it. Looks like a good decision. Slivka hunts for it, but it goes to Kazmarek. Balasso again, Russo again. Foot dig, but out the back. Poland are out. Italy are giving everything, but maybe it's not quite their day. First dig from Balasso was sensational. That was just as good. Again, serve of Janusz causing a few issues here. Interesting to see the likes of the softer float serves with less movement causing Italy as many problems as some of the jumpers. Again, just a soft floater onto Russo. Again, it's tight. Gianelli, well done, Gianelli. Had to be aggressive there. The good news for Italy is at least they're missing by passing aggressive as opposed to passing off the net this time. Maybe they can work back a little bit from that. One-point game. Gianelli, big serve, right at Leon, has to go to the outside, no other option. Kazmarek looks for the touch, he's sure he's got a touch. Russo says no. Gerbic says calm down. Kazmarek says somebody needs to admit something. Romano says, I touched it. He stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Russo was nowhere near it. Not in the same postcode. Tied at 16, Slivka. Been slightly quieter the last set and a half. Was the target of the serves early on. But he's been incredibly stable. They've gone more after Zatorski, a little bit more after Leon in these later sets. Off the net again from Italy. And this time, Micheletto on the right-hand side fires up off the middle blocker and out of play. Huber across, not quite closing inside. It's been a bit more of a frustrating blocking set for Huber, although he's still scoring offensively and from the service line. Leon. Underestimating at the moment how well Leon is passing as well, considering he's doing a lot of offensive work through the middle. Huber's back in the game and straight to the bench for the high fives. And the Polish bench have the towels up in the air again. It's incredible to watch how close this Polish side are, considering at club level so many of them play against each other. But they're like brothers out there this evening, celebrating together, pushing Poland towards victory. And look who it is again! Norbert Huber, a real hero. .207. The Italian faces tell us everything. Romano lets a little smile. leave his face of frustration. He's aware that there was nothing they could do about that. Huber into the net this time. Russo leaves us, and step up Riccardo Spatoroli. He's made a difference yesterday, or 2 days ago, sorry, in the semi-finals. He's made a difference already coming off the bench in the opener. He needs to do the same now. And it's a good serve, no middle, out to Leon for Poland. But this is what Poland have done all game. When the middle isn't there, they have an outlet in Leon that can hit Poland's way out of any situation. And he's done it again here. Off of the middle, fast play, considering the ball was 3 or 4 meters off of the net. Gianelli. Unbelievable volleyball. Lavia with a one-on-one. Goes off body. Passes in for Balasso. Middle commits. And if Italy can get themselves into those situations on a more regular occurrence, hang on, is there a touch there? Or is it in? Italy are sure they've won this one. Scanfurla, the second libero, is sure this is worth a challenge. De Giorgi as well. It's way out the back. Poland need 5 more to win their first European Championship since 2009 and get the revenge that they want so desperately from the World Championships last year. Leon. Oh my word! Wilfredo Leon has done it again. Time out, Italy. Leon has been on another planet this evening.
Mi raccomando, oh, non cambiate posizione perché anche se ci spostiamo, teniamo precisi in alzata e giochiamo i nostri colpi. Vai raga, via, dai, siamo insieme, non sei già utilizzato.
12 points for Leon, but the service runs at key times, it's so much more than just about the points. He's served Italy out of system, he's served aces, he's been a go-to man that Poland have desperately needed, and in the past European Championships he hasn't quite put in a performance as strong as this one. And Italy find a real big side out at a big time. Lavia again out of system, looks for the hands of Slivka. Gerbic says no problem. Lavia goes after Leon again. That sets too tight from Slivka. Poland under pressure here, could go all square. Italy do go all square. Poland need to tidy their own side up, otherwise Italy will strike. Lavia, big service, and a big bang into the angle. jumping inside out. Slivka drifting out with him, so he just brings it straight back cross-body. Slivka straight away apologising for that set being too tight. We have a game on our hands. He knows they are not out of the woods yet. For as long as Italy believe that they can come back, Poland have a real tussle on their hands. Lavia. Zatorski on the money. Good timeout from Gerbic. It really is. Lavia just takes a little bit of a pinch off the serve. And in turn, the pass goes in from Poland. Everything's cooking. Now the pressure's on the Italians to find their first pass, which has been lacking for periods of time throughout this game. And it's the serve of Kołanowski, who's had a fantastic service game. Balasso has just put it on the money, though. Poland scramble across. Dummy two-ball, loses the blocker. Fantastic from Gianelli. But yet again, Poland find a way. Volley to deep six from Slivka. Back to Romano, out the back, or is there a touch? I think Slivka's going to make them challenge it. There was a very, maybe a guilty look on the face of Slivka. They're wondering whether to challenge it here. I thought, looking at Slivka as he landed, that there was some sort of touch. Slivka's saying no, because then he's going to have to make a challenge come. It's smart. I don't know if Slivka touched it or not. He's just looked over this way and said no. Oh my days, there is no touch. I'm unsure what he was looking at, because he was sure Poland had lost the point that time. Two-point lead. Kołanowski again. The service pressure has just been relentless all evening long for Poland, but Balasso's found his pass at the right time. The middle from Italy hasn't missed. Huber's struggled to get in the game from a blocking perspective, but he's scored so many points offensively. But it's taken Italy too long to really run their offense the way that De Giorgi would have wanted to. Rinaldi's off the bench. The promising youngster, it's a big moment for him to absorb, to come in and serve at 22-23. Galassi's back in and replaced by Balasso. Poland have two goes at becoming European champions. It would be their first title since 2009. Marcin Janusz hasn't missed a serve all evening. Serve short on the middle blocker. Here's the chance. Poland have a swing for the European Championship. Slivka, the ball's still alive. Is the ball out of play? No. Another chance, Huber. Italy are putting everything into this. Poland for a third time, and it's wide of the mark. Oh my days. There was a net collision outside of the antenna from Micheletto to keep that ball alive. That was absolutely insane. Kazmarek misses. 3 swings for it. Gerbic communicating with his bench, trying to get Fornau in. What a moment for Fornau, coming in to pass on European Championship point for Kazmarek. Again, some gamesmanship from Gerbic to slow down Gianelli. The captain of Italy to stay in the game. It's a great serve, but Zatorski's on point. Slivka off the hands! Poland have conquered Italy in Rome. They win their first European Championship since 2009. They have the revenge on the Italians from the World Championships last year in Katowice. A tremendous performance from a phenomenal team. And for Italy, you have to feel for them at home in front of their own fans. But they were beaten by the sort of performance that they beat France with in the semi-finals. A phenomenal performance from Poland. Leon from the service line, Huber from the service line, Slivka, Zatorski, Leon in the pass. They were faultless this evening and brought their best performance on the biggest of occasions. Nights don't get better than that for Poland. Performances don't get better than that for Poland. And they can celebrate their first European Championship since 2009. Bartosz Kurek becomes a European champion for a second time, and the rest of the squad for the very first time. This is how it finished. Gianelli, such a catalyst of all the great performances for Italy, but he couldn't do much this evening. The pass wasn't always there. And look at Fornau off the bench so many times in this competition, and the Polish fans even are celebrating incredibly hard. Poland have conquered Rome. Against the reigning world and European champions. That is some performance.
Norbert, huge congratulations, European champion. How does it feel?
For us it was a tough game because we know that Italy is a strong team and this game will be tough, but we felt our performance that we can achieve this tournament, this European Championship. So we did our job on the court. We tried to be the best, and we won. So we are really happy because it's big achievement for Polish volleyball. And so what can I say? Polska Góra!
Question: you gave impulse to your team. You started the game on service line. taking Poland to 4-0. It was your plan, or how did it happen?
It was my job, you know. We arrived here to Macedonia, to Italy, with 3 middle blockers. So we know that coach he doesn't have some rotation, and we try to be healthy, to push ourselves to be the best, and that's all.
And that's all. Huber had an outstanding competition, and look how much it means. A man who never shows any emotion. My word, those pictures tell you everything. Gerbic, who's always so calm, in tears with his family. He'll be so proud of him. 11 aces for Poland. The service pressure off the back of those aces, around those aces, were the difference. Can you in an arena where Muhammad Ali won Olympic gold in 1960. Italy couldn't lay a glove on Poland this evening. A 3-0 victory. A performance to remember from the service line, the pass, the likes of Huber. It was an all-round performance.